everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Unzipped, and today we have a recurring guest and another one of my bestest of friends, Brandon. How are you today?
I'm swell. How you doing?
I'm doing good, trying to get that pandemic glow on.
Not pandemic love.
Mm. But yes, on today's episode, our topic for today is queer rhymes. We're gonna talk about all those gay rappers out there who are coming out, doing their thing, and who kind of need our support, no? Yes. So let's get on topic. I know that you're not a gay rapper because this episode was supposed to feature a gay rapper, but we won't get into those things. We'll get into other things. Anyway, but as I was saying, you are a poet and you do spoken word, which I feel is kind of like a sister cousin to rap. So, how do you feel about being a spoken word artist and, being a gay spoken word artist and being out in the scene and trying to get that support from the community and stuff like that?
I mean, it's like parallel and perpendicular at the same exact time.
Okay.
So when you're in the poetry scene, everybody's in their bag.
Yeah.
So you're spitting, you're performing, and you're reaching an audience that they want to hear shit. They want to hear shit that they relate to.
Mm-hmm.
So especially when you're queer out there and you're spitting things like that, you're gonna get a lot of support. And even if this hate is like in the room or whatever, they're not gonna say much because everybody's out there and like, yeah, you go for it.
Of course.
As opposed to, when you're in the rap scene and you're in a male dominated industry, it's like, get your homo ass out of here. There's no room for you. So
This
it's
is
like,
true.
I would say it's parallel in a sense of, just writing the rhymes, telling a story, pretty much just trying to spit some shit. But then the difference is the support that you get within your respective
Feels.
because when it comes to support in general, I feel like there's not a lot of support amongst ourselves.
I can see that. Just because, like I said again, I'm a supporter of all artists and all art forms. I will say that, and I do have people that I know that are gay rappers, and I do support them, and I do root for them. But I do notice that a lot of times it is difficult for them to kind of achieve, I guess, the same mainstream level as other artists. And I do feel that, especially when it comes to gay rap, that those doors are kind of cracking open at the moment, but they're still kind of like, they're still kind of firmly shut, in a sense. So, like, there are people who I like to, listen to who, like, I would say God is Mikey is one of them. Jem the Rapper is another one. What's the other one that we always talk about?
Donnie G.
Danny G. I was about to call him Danny Bendito. I'm so sorry. Danny G. Who I feel that they're doing their thing. They're very constantly out here, putting out new music. Especially God is Mikey, who just dropped his deluxe, I believe, Friday.
Classic, yeah, fire.
Definitely go out there and support and listen to that. Cult Classic. Get it.
For sure. And I'm gonna also throw out Donnie's new single, Take One, because that shit goes hard.
Okay.
Banging that last night.
Well, see, boom. See, now I gotta go do my own little listen too. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, yo, you're gonna love it. For sure.
Got it. Alrighty. So, just to get right back on topic though, when it comes to like gay artists, what do you feel is necessary for people to kind of get into the field and kind of just take it to the next level where they might get recognized on a larger platform?
I think it's really hard to say because you don't see it. It's hard. Like you're saying, the doors slowly opening for queer rappers, and what I would really like to hone in on now is queer male rappers.
Yeah.
Because everybody loves the lesbian and a bi chick. That's okay.
True. Because they are here for Young M.A.
Right. But if you want to, as a dude and write that shit in your raps, then it's a problem. So
Yes.
I feel like maybe the door's not opening. 1 out of 7 locks on the door might have been cracked open, but that's about as far as it's going. So it's hard. Like,
No, you're right.
it's hard. It's hard in general because the rap game, especially nowadays, is gimmicks. It's all gimmicks. There's very few actual talent out there. You got to kind of get that thing that gets you out there. So that's already one. And then 2, sexuality is like a hindrance to almost everybody. And it sucks because these people have so much talent. Like I've heard a lot of gay rappers' musics that have more bars than most of these hetero dudes out there with the mumble rap or freaking the rap that's basically turned fucking R&B now that want to call
Not
themselves all these male
to...
listeners. Like, cut it out.
No, you're right. So now the question is, how do you feel about people who may be quote unquote sellouts, who maybe cater their image? I mean, not cater, but curate their image, I guess, to kind of feed into kind of that heterosexual appeal and kind of pass off their raps as kind of more hetero friendly than gay friendly.
It's with that in itself, it's like a slippery slope because in one aspect, I get why they do it. But in another respect, I'm kind of just like, if you don't want to be upfront about your sexuality, don't. That's nobody's business. But at the same time, don't play a part. Like it's awkward to me when I hear gay rappers spit and they're talking about beating the pussy up. And I'm like, ass pussy? Like, come on. And then, like no shade to anybody, but there's people with more effeminate voices out there trying to spit hard, talking about sucking titties and clapping cootie cheeks. And it's just like, you're not fooling anybody. So if you don't want to make your sexual orientation a thing about your rap, don't do it. Just don't speak about it. Or even go gender neutral when you're speaking about it. Like, you don't have to, it's wordplay. It's all about being a wordsmith. And it's
which
things
is
that
definitely part of being a rapper.
Not that that's taken much into account nowadays. But
I don't consider listen. I don't consider those to be rappers. Excuse me.
But
sorry.
yeah, so it's like, for example, I have sexual poems out there, but you listen to it and it's kind of, you could assume what you want because there's nothing out there that says tits, clit, or dick.
Yeah.
It's just the basic body parts of the human body that could belong to anybody. So you could take that. So you could speak sex without making it about a certain gender, but faking the funk is just like, like we want authenticity. Like,
and that's the one thing. And that's the one thing I feel that I'm gonna always root for. I'm gonna always root for the people who are authentic to themselves, and which is not to say that if you use your words and use your rhymes to kind of like push that boundary where it's kind of like where you don't know whether the person is gay or straight. I'm not gonna say that you shouldn't do it because again, it takes a clever person to build a landscape for a multitude of people to be able to live on. So again, if you're not that clever of a wordsmith, give it up. No, that's so mean, right? No, I'm kidding. You should always pursue your arts. Don't listen to me. But I do understand what you're saying. Like at the end of the day, we want our artists to be true to themselves because again, when you do kind of like cross that line and you're pretending to be kind of hetero, then when it does come out to the the public that you are gay, then now everything you've kind of set up, you're put into question, like, you're not real. And then now you're stuck out here with a false image.
And if you want to play devil's advocate on that, there's a bunch of the hetero rappers out there talking about selling drugs, popping pistols, all of that they're not doing. But still, I believe
I feel like that's different though. Like, I mean, it's not.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's all a persona.
Yeah.
And I know it's what sells, but I think my main thing for my community, and when I see people out there flourishing, which is what I want to see, I want y'all to be a representation.
Yes.
I don't want to see fraudulence. I don't want to see anything that these hating ass people are going to pick your ass apart over, because it's frustrating, especially if your talent is there.
But now, my thing is, though, because you said you want to see them flourish and you want to see them, do great things, and as do I, because that's exactly why I support them. But now, when you see these individuals who kind of, I guess, throw their opinions out there and kind of, I guess, quote unquote, attack these artists, do you feel that sometimes should they listen to it? Like, could it be constructive criticism, or do you think it's like trolling?
In what sense?
In a sense of, like, for example, like a lot of times you have the artists who put out their work, people who listen to it, there's people who are supportive, and then you have people who leave comments underneath their posts and underneath their art, I would say. And maybe the artist isn't that strong of a rapper, let's say, for example. Now, do you feel that these individuals who are maybe telling the person that the music isn't all the way there, should this be taken into account as well? In the sense of, like, because there are people who are out here who think that because they have a pretty face, they can rap, and that's not necessarily true.
I think in that aspect, like, if you're trying to give constructive criticism, whether you cool with the person or not, it's like, don't do it in the comments. Don't do it publicly. Because it's kind of like, clearly, you're not the only one that thinks that. So bring it to the DMs, text them, call them, whatever the relationship is, and talk to them. It's a matter of how you say things and what you're trying to say. Because there's a difference between criticizing constructively and just being a troll or being shady.
No, that is very true, and I agree with you. Like, there is a big difference, and the reason why I ask is just because a lot of times when it comes to gay artists, they kind of sometimes go on the defense, and they'll say, well, the community doesn't support me. But again, is it that the community doesn't support you, or are you just not bringing what's needed to the table? Because there are some successful artists out there.
Yeah, for sure. But it's like, it also...
I said some, I don't want people to attack me because, Tadrick Hall is out here doing his thing.
Yeah. So I think I get when some people kind of take it to the extreme, but as an artist and speaking for other artists, we're sensitive about our shit.
Of course.
So I get it. But it's also, you have to be open and receptive, and you have to understand that you can always go harder and always do better. And if somebody's saying something, listen. Even if it's not in the words you like to hear it, listen. And in all honesty, I would, even with the trolls, take that shit with a grain of salt. But still, what did they say and why did they say it?
Very true. Because and then again, it's just my thing, because again, I'm very much honest when it comes to my support. If it's not giving me what I want, I'm not clicking on it. I'm not giving you the stream. I'll retweet it for anyone else, because maybe if it's not for me, it could be for someone else. But I'm very straightforward when it comes to that. And it's not just when it comes to music. It's with everything. Like, if you come out with a cologne tomorrow and I haven't sprayed it and smelled it, I'm not gonna sit out here and be like, oh yeah, go buy my friend's cologne because that shit is the bomb. No, I haven't. I'm very honest with my support. So if you ever see me retweet, like, or say, hey, try this because I've done it, look at this, it's because it 100% works over here on this end. I can't guarantee the same results on your end, but it's working over here. So right. I give the testimony. And when it comes to music, I'm very much that person. Like, I'm not going to say I have the best ear when it comes to music, but at least when it comes to rap, I have a very distinctive ear. So if you're going to call yourself a rapper, I want to hear the bars. I want to hear the motherfucking references. I want to hear it all. I want your shit to leave me like, ooh, baby.
But hold on really quick, because also, like, especially you going off of songs today and songs you hear in the clubs and shit.
They don't cut me off.
Like, it doesn't always have to be bars, because I get, sometimes you just need an ass throwing jam and shit. But if you're not gonna I'm not gonna say complete lack of bars. Like, there's levels to bars. It's like cell phone service bars. It goes poo 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 poo. Some people aren't all the way at the poo poo, but some people are a little there. But if you give me a beat and delivery and something that I could either like get ready to, or I'm gonna be driving to, or throwing ass to, then bet. But if you're because you can have.
Am I asking for too much for asking for all three? I can't get bars, something to throw my ass to, and a good beat and delivery? Oh, that's four, actually. I'm so sorry, that's four.
I think the reason of me saying that is because we need to open our doors for gay rappers to kind of be in every scene. Just like in female rap, say, we have I'm not going to start no wars, so I'm going to be very careful with this artist I choose, right? So we got the Dream Dolls, drop some cute shit like, like, that's my shit, and I'll get ready to it.
I support Dream Dolls.
But then you got Nicki, who's top tier legendary.
Okay.
We can get a mix of everything, because even when it comes to gay rappers, I've heard dudes, and there's one in particular, You know, we ain't saying names out here. We ain't shading nobody, but his writing is off the chain. His writing, his bars, his references, his metaphors is fire. His delivery, weak. And it sucks for him. But he's also just starting, so it's kind of like, get there.
I'm gonna say
and
this.
we had a conversation, so it's like, work on it. But I kind of feel like
in private though. Like that's my thing. Like I'm just saying. Like we can't work. We can't. Like if I'm gonna put it out there. Like if I'm gonna hop my ass on a song, or in a studio, to make a song, to put it out there for sale or for streams or for whatever the fuck I want to put it out there for. I'm gonna make sure it's like I'm gonna keep the practice tracks in the vault. Like those don't need to be released. And that's my thing, because at the end of the day, I don't feel like I'm asking for a lot, because I'm not asking for every gay rapper that comes out to be a fucking Jay-Z, a Lil Wayne, a Nicki. No. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, we all know, listen, we all know when it's there, and if it's not, it's not. So my thing, I'm not saying that there are a lot, or that they're like, no. But like in every genre of music, there are a couple of Britney Spears out here with their mics off, and I'm not here for you to phone it in. It's already hard. To be taken serious, and you're gonna come out here with some ABC rapping.
For sure.
You get what I'm saying? Like, because I feel like it's already a hard battle for you guys. You get what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, like it would like because. It's just a hard battle at the end of the day. Like, you want, like, first and foremost, you're walking into a male-dominated industry. That's number one. Number two.
Hetero male-dominated industry.
Yes, a hetero male-dominated industry. Allegedly. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, so that's door number one. On top of that, there aren't a lot. Matter of fact, there aren't any real, like, mainstream gay rappers, aside from Lil Nas X.
Who?
Lil Nas. Oh. Wow.
No, because I'm just gonna hear your words really quick. No, that's
Lil Nas X.
Kind of like the only one.
Yeah. So my
and
thing
even
is,
then, he felt what's going on with that.
Yeah. So my thing is, again, like if you're gonna because I want you to be authentic to yourselves. So again, if you're gonna be a gay rapper and you're gonna be rapping about gay sex or your gay lifestyle, whatever it is, then you need to have that. Like you can't just come out and be playing like, oh yeah, because and then you trying to fucking knock down doors. How? You're not even gonna get invited to the meetings.
For sure. But that's why, like, I guess what I was kind of saying about the writing is like the writing can't be trash. I'll accept the writing, say mid-tier.
Yeah.
But what needs to be there is delivery and production value, because there's a lot of dudes out there that can't deliver. So you're just like, okay, I hear what you're saying and it's fire, but you ain't giving it to me. And then there's some people that sound like they recorded their track on a Sidekick and uploaded it to SoundCloud. That's not what we're doing
at all.
You gotta set that. You already know we gotta burst through fucking ceilings and shit.
That's what I'm saying.
To get it out there. And that's why, like, that's one of the reasons why I really fuck with God is Mikey.
Yeah.
So we just brought up Lil Nas X. He made his music. He came out cute. Where has he been? The last thing that he did that I'm aware of, at least, was Rodeo, where he remixed it with Nas and dropped a video. Video was fire. The actual song was a flop and bomb, nothing. And hasn't even been pushing out anything. So it doesn't gotta be number one hit, but keep pushing. I understand that he might have reached his peak with Old Town Road, but try to surpass it. Keep going. Keep pushing. And that's why I fuck with God is Mikey, because that man puts out music.
And that's what I'm saying at the end of the day, but there's a difference, and I always say this, and it doesn't matter when you're a gay rapper or a straight rapper, male or female, whatever it is that you are. At the end of the day, there's people who breathe their art, and then there's people who are literally in it for the money. And I feel like that's what makes it, let me read. That's what separates, you know what I'm saying? Separates the people who are really out here doing it to do it. And that's what I feel is a lot of people are missing. Like, a lot of people are here who really think that because they have a cute face, they have a cute little body, whatever the case may be, a cute little following, that they're gonna just drop some couple of beats, a couple of nursery rhymes, and oh, look at me, I'm a rapper now. Because we have them. And I could drop a couple of acts. But I'm not gonna do that because that's just,
Don't
you know
drop
what I'm
the
saying.
ads, girl. Don't drop the ads.
But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, like, let's keep it a buck. Like, it would be like, because to me, I'm honest. It would be like, for example, if I wanted to become an artist, I become a painter. I want to become a painter, and I'm drawing stick figures. Where I'm going. There might be a dumbass out there who gonna buy and be like, oh my god, this is art, and I see this, and oh my god, this interpretation. Yeah, of course. But is it like, am I really an artist though? No. Like, let's keep it a buck. And it's the same thing when it comes to that. Yes, you could put a couple of bars together and be like, I'm a rapper, but is it really good? Like, are you really a rapper? Like,
What are you?
like, even if you went in, like, even if you went and practiced, are you really gonna, like, are you ever gonna get better? Like, cause
I get you, and I think that's kind of the thing too when it comes to gay rappers breaking into the industry. You have to be hungry. You have to be relentless.
Yeah.
You gotta keep going no matter what. You're clearly gonna receive mad hate. Your first 1, 2, maybe 3 albums, EPs, whatever, might not get streams, but keep going. Keep finding that thing. Especially if the talent is there. Don't lose it. Don't get lazy. You can't. There's no time to get lazy. What anybody trying to get into any industry, but especially the rap industry as a game, and you got to go hard because anybody in the rap industry, especially men, could do some lazy shit. Look at Blueface Baby. Look at this freaking.
Don't get me
I might
started.
get back for this, but that song I hear on the fucking radio a million times on the morning, something about you could be my Prada bae. Like, it's whack.
As fuck.
It's nothing. Give me some shit. But those people could do the bare minimum because they straight guys with gimmicks.
But that's
You
what I'm
need to
saying.
come
though.
hard as a gay man from all angles and be like, yeah, I might be a homo, but you can't touch this homo. The same way y'all all ready to scrap and be like, don't call me a faggot because I'm gonna beat your ass.
But that's
Don't
what I'm saying.
I'm gonna beat your ass with bars and production and music.
But that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, like, I'm gonna put it to you like this: like, you're gonna tell me that regardless of what room a guy who, like, for example, I feel like God is Mikey could walk into any room, for example, and regardless of whether they want to take him serious or not, he'll drop a bar and he'll probably eat half the rappers in there, easily, if not more than that. You get what I'm saying? So my point is, again, like, if you have to be able to stand in your art, and that's what I'm saying. Like, at the end of the day, if you're just a pretty face, you have no bars, your delivery is trash, and you were to walk into a room where you had to be put against another rapper, like, are you really gonna go anywhere? No. So you have to be ready to give it. Like, you gotta be ready to drop it. You gotta be ready to, like, you gotta give it all. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like there's very few who are out here trying to do it, who are doing it for those reasons.
You know, honestly, I think when it comes to gay rappers trying to break into the industry, there's 2 main issues. The first one we're speaking on now. The second one we spoke about, we're about to circle back because I got some more to say.
Ooh, go ahead,
But
baby.
what we're talking about now is like I said, hunger. You got to be hungry for it.
Yes.
You got to be ready to devour anybody that comes close. Like I said, the poetry scene could be parallel but perpendicular at the same time. But like right now, I just started really kind of coming up, if you will, in the New York poetry scene, like booking shows, like multiple shows back to back and shit like that, getting a bigger following, people knowing me. I just started and I've been performing for 11 years. Nobody would know that. And mind you, the poetry community, especially in NYC, is very tight knit.
Yeah.
And there were even venues I performed at for multiple years that still didn't be like, oh, let me book you for the show, let me have you, whatever. And I can say I get why, because it came to a point where I wasn't hungry enough and my performances were lazy. But when I stepped my shit up and I demanded and controlled the room and got that attention and made my talent undeniable, that's when I started booking shows, and consistently. Yeah. And that's what these men need to do. You can't drop a song, no matter how fire it is, and then get lazy. And then 4 months later, oh, here's a new one. 5 months later, here's a new one. 6 months later, where's your EP? Yeah. Where's your album? Where's nothing? Like I said, who gives a fuck who's streaming it? But you have to start and keep pushing.
Because you never know. You never know what part you're going to blow up. You never know what part you're going to blow up, because again, it's just, and that's why that's why I'm going to bring him up again. That's the difference between it, because again, it's the whole concept of it. Because look at God is Mikey's album. You know, it's a whole concept. It's literally like a whole Kill Bill concept to it. And there's very few people who are putting that much attention to their craft right now. They're just dropping little singles, this here, and it's like, oh yeah, and then it's kind of like, okay, but where's the substance? Where's the, like, and that's what I'm saying, it's missing that oomph. There's no oomph to it.
And like I said, that insatiable hunger, I'm gonna keep focusing on that because you gotta keep pushing shit out, and these guys are not doing it. Let's take, for example, Doja. Doja was dropping shit and nobody was following her. Homegirl dropped Moo and blew up off of Moo. And that shit was meant to be a joke. You don't know what song's gonna take you somewhere. So just keep doing it. Even if you want to do something you think is silly and you having fun, just do it. You don't know. But don't get lazy. If you're gonna be about it, you're gonna try to be in this industry, represent for yourself, represent for the community, and go hard.
Boom, boom, boom.
And what you do after that is go harder.
Holla.
There's no letting up. I want heels on everybody's neck. They could be fucking Jordans or stilettos. Keep them on their necks.
And that's my thing, and I will always say that. That's the one thing I will always say that I appreciate about rappers. Like, I want you to come into it thinking you're the best. That's why I will never question people who be like, oh, I'm the queen of this, I'm the king of that. Because at the end of the day, if you don't think that you're the best at what you're doing, then why are you doing it? Like, why are we here? And I feel like at the end of the day, I'm not trying to put down anyone for trying or anyone from doing whatever they feel in their heart that they need to do. But you need to really sit down and evaluate what are the reasons behind what you're doing. And if it's really not, especially when it comes to the arts, if it's not something that's coming from your soul that you know that it's not speaking to you, then maybe it's not the right thing for you. And I feel like that's what people don't seem to understand. It's kind of like, I'm not, like, listen, Britney Spears wasn't the most amazing singer out here. Like, when was that hoe's mic on? Very rarely. But Miss Mama was out here. No, but at the end of the day, who was fucking with her on stage? Who?
Right.
Who? So again, play to your strengths. Maybe rapping isn't the thing for you. Maybe songwriting is. Maybe because, you know, your delivery sucks, but your bars are hot. Help somebody else. Listen, write a song. I don't know. But figure it out. Figure it out. Because again, we need y'all out here. And I really do want to support you, but I'm so sorry. I'm just not one of those people who give out empty supports. I'm not going to support you just because you're gay. I want to support something that I could play. That could be like in my car and be like, listen, you go listen to this rap because this shit is fire. And I don't give a fuck if you don't like to hear about boys having butt sex. You going to hear it because this verse is it.
Right.
And that's it.
Now, we have to circle back to the other half of the problem.
Come on, circle back to the other half.
The support.
Okay.
Within our own community is not there
at all. I'll say that.
And it's sad to see because, for example, you ain't know about Donnie G's new track and it's fire. But who out there on the timeline is really promoting it? Or honestly, and as sad as it is, taking the time to listen. But I just seen some meme the other day, and half the time I'd be like, yo, these memes are stupid, but it really got me to thinking. You saw 80%, maybe more of your timeline congratulating Nicki on her pregnancy. But do you see anybody, especially when it comes to artists, or anybody, like especially gay business owner, anything, promoting your work, sharing your work, congratulating you on that? Don't wait until these people are big to be like, oh shit, you fire. And they'll be like, yeah, I followed him on Twitter from way back.
No,
where were you during the come up? Nowhere. I don't see it.
Yeah.
I think Donnie G is fire. And Donnie G and God is Mikey are both fire. And it took my friendship with Jem and his work with them for me to know who they were.
Well, no, I knew who God is Mikey was before Jem came into the picture, but Jem introduced me to Donnie G's music.
Right, but I mean, my whole point on that is like, yeah, of course, I love that other artists are supporting other artists, but why do you have to be an artist to support another artist? Why can't you just support people in your community? And it don't gotta be fake, because there are certain gay rappers out there who I'll listen to their shit, and I'll be like, fire, share, and then some of their other work, I'll be like, try again next time. Yeah. And I listened to it, and then I kept on moving. But just put it out there. Give these people's work a chance. Do something. And it's again, circling back to myself and me and my poetry and shit. My work especially in my poetry community, I get a lot of love and support. But within my actual community, it's not really there. And I just dropped my latest poem, Poetry, and that has the most views out of any one of my poems. But that's because it was a fucking video of me laying in bed shirtless, spitting about some hoe shit. I mean, yeah, I knew that's what was going to get me my views, shimmies. But it literally, the difference between that and all of my other videos just goes to show what they really looking at and what they looking for. Yeah. Like, stop making shit about looks. Stop making shit about, I want to fuck this man or whatever. Look at the talent, soak it in, and share it. Because y'all made a lot of dumb fucks famous.
A lot.
And y'all gassing mad people in the fucking head up that don't deserve it.
That don't got the talent. That just don't have it. It is not there. And that's the one thing I will say. I do feel that we as a community, we have to do better in supporting our gay artists. Just because I feel that people are supporting for the wrong reasons. In the sense of, like, they're looking for the sex, they're looking for the, the half naked bodies, and it's like, again, but the talent. Are you really following for the talent? So, no, you have a point. And like I said, again, it's very, you can see it because, again, I didn't know about Donny G's new single. I didn't see nobody on my timeline retweeting it, but I definitely saw people, retweeting Megan Thee Stallion's video, which is, again, support to her. Hope she's doing better and she, gets better in her recovery. But, yeah. So, again, it makes total sense to me. So, like I said, again, I do agree with you. I feel that as a community, we do need to do better. And listen, I do my part. Guidance Mikey's album dropped. I saw it, I retweeted it, I downloaded it, I listened to it. I got my life again to the bonus tracks. I was here for it. And I'll continue to support. Like I said, when I see it, I hear it. Like I said, I don't ever close my ears to anyone. I'm always available to listen to anyone's new projects. I give everyone a fair chance. If I don't like it, you'll know. Because I make my opinion very clear. That's why I said we have to keep, if we want to break down those barriers, we have to continuously bring the best of the forefront. We can't just, we can't put the bare minimum, because at the end of the day, I get it, and like I said again, there's 100,000 mainstream artists doing the bare minimum. I get it. I'm not saying that there aren't. But if you're trying to break down a door, it's like when women want to break into an industry, they have to work twice as hard as men. Am I saying that is right? No, it's not right. No one should have to work twice as hard as anyone else to do the same thing. Everyone should just have the opportunity to do it. But unfortunately, in the world we live in, under the circumstances, women have to work twice as hard as men, and I feel that gays have to work 4 times as hard as women. So they gotta work 8 times as hard as men sometimes when it comes to certain shit. Because we face backlash in any field just because. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to music, and then especially a hetero male dominated field, where they're not trying to be like, oh, because it makes me less manly to listen to you throwing your ass in a circle because, ooh, you're questioning my masculinity now. It's like, it has nothing to do with you at all. Because the same way you sit back and you can hear Nicki talking about, oh, if you fucking broke nigga, I'm telling. Bitches, you fucking broke niggas? Like, no, seriously, like, David, you, straight man, are you fucking broke niggas?
But this is why I'm saying the hunger has to be insatiable, because that you want to make your audience wide. And of course, I'm going to use Nicki for this, because Nicki will throw out something like Good Form, where the girls are throwing their ass to. She'll throw out something like that song with Tasha Cobbs, a church song that blew the hell up. She'll throw out Crippy Kush, Get With the Hispanic Folk. She'll throw out freaking anything. She's going to appeal to different audiences. Yeah. Gay dudes rap with you. If you want to rap about throwing ass and getting freaking pounded through a wall, do it, but do it hard.
Yeah.
Rap on some serious shit too. Yeah. Rap on something everybody can relate to. Change your topic up. It's also about being a wordsmith. So with that hunger, be ready to drop beats, drop bars, say something. Get out there. Because you're right. We have to work, if not twice as hard, 8 times as hard. Yeah. And if anything, do for the rap game what Nicki did. And I know somebody's going to have their comment on me saying that. Yes, people like Kim and Missy and Lauryn Hill did their thing for the game. But that female rap game got real quiet for a while.
Real dry and dead.
Real quiet. Nicki came up and she got big. And it was still real quiet until people thought, let me get somebody to fight this bitch. And now,
still waiting.
ever since Cardigan Backyardigan got her blow up, all these basic girls are out. Only because they want them to beef with Nicki. And you could like her, not like her, but just do your research. Record labels pay these girls to fight with Nicki.
Yep.
And that's how they get their careers. Do that for the community. Even if that means people coming at you, at least you get in a bag.
Yep.
Do that. Change
Drag a couple of these hoes on wax. Get there.
Right.
No, and that's, you know what, and just to close out the episode with that, I will say this. I feel that the best advice that I can hand out is stay authentic I want them to stay authentic to themselves, rap about things you want to rap about, but also, while you're rapping about the throwing ass in a circle and, you know, riding dick and all of that, at the same time, also make songs that are relatable to just to mainstream people, because again, we do have experiences that we have in common with the heteros. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, we all experience death, we all experience heartbreak. You could rap about a broken heart, a relationship, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be about throwing ass, but again, it's like I tell you, you can't be a simple-minded bitch with just out here trying to sell face in a weak bar and be able to do all that kind of stuff. You have to be a wordsmith. You have to be smart. You got to have that wordplay. You got to be able to switch up them bars, and not everybody out here can do that. That's what I'm telling you. The talent got to be there, and that's why you have to work 8 times as hard.
Very much that.
And that's the thing. And I feel that that's a word for everyone. Like, regardless of what field you're working in, if you feel like you knocking your head against a brick wall, sometimes you gotta kick that bitch down with a Spartan kick. I've kicked a couple of niggas down with a Spartan kick, listen, and gotten through. Okay? So the Spartan kick works, alright? Take my advice for it. Shit.
But if I'm gonna leave on a final word,
Yes.
what I would like to say to anybody that's trying to seriously get into this game as a gay rapper, be ready to come hard.
That sounds like the
Break
beginning of a porno.
barriers, fuck shit up, shut up. Get those beats, get that production, pick up a thesaurus,
Yes.
learn some new words, Google double entendre maybe, you know. Stay true to yourself. And like you said, switch it up. Don't be a one-trick pony.
Yeah, and get a
Switch it
couple.
up and show that we are capable of so much more than what they think we are.
Yeah.
Because in all honesty, the same way we dominate sales and getting other people sold, let's do that shit for ourselves.
Yep.
Because I have faith in my people. Like a motherfucker.
As do I. As do I. And I guess we'll end the episode here. Thank you again for coming on. I appreciate you.
Of course, you know.
And follow my boy on his spoken word. Oh my God. What the hell is wrong with me today? Spoken word poetry page at He Be Spittin' on Instagram and Twitter at He Be Spittin', HEBSPITTIN.